Okay, hello and welcome to Two Maggies Up Top, that Premier League podcast fueled by the Magnums. We're back again, episode 21. Let's go. If you don't already know, I'm your host, Big Kes, aka Kes Ferdinand, aka Jolion Kescott, the veteran defender. Come on.
Slightly boy yourself?
Yeah, go on. You know what I mean?
No,
He was there.
No, fam. Sorry, the hairline, yeah. I can never forget the hairline.
The hairline was peak. The hairline was peak. But decent defender, man.
Did his thing.
Yeah, done his thing in there.
Yeah. No calling.
So, and to my right, we've got my co-host, Big Pants, aka Pan Matter.
Oh, Pan Matter, yeah! Come on! Yeah,
What you saying, G?
Finally!
Yeah, come on, I'll give you the good Chelsea, man.
Yeah, come on.
Even though he's wasting away at United these days.
Wasted.
Yeah.
2 player of the years at Chelsea, wasted at United, boy. You know he's going back to like Valencia or something soon, innit?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm alright, bro. I'm all good. Episode 2-1.
Come on.
Tap.
Come on,
Let's go. Yeah, no, let's gas.
Hey, okay, come on. And to my left, I've got my co-host. You know the name.
Come on.
It's Big Lows, aka Lowey Saha. He was a chiller, cuz.
He was a chiller. Especially the Fulham days, sir.
Yeah, come on. What are you saying, Lows?
Alright, man.
But let's
We'll
go
to
to
the
now.
boys again. Come on.
Give you the number 9 shirt this week, innit, Lowey Saha. Come on.
Obviously, striker.
We always seem to wear home shirts together. I've barely got any home shirts, and whenever I put this on, you man come with a.
I've got about 4 shirts up to.
No, it's mad. last week we did the in-sync thing with we all wore our first shirts for episode 20.
Yeah.
And
But I was away last week, to be fair.
You wore the original shirt.
no, you wore the episode 1 shirt. Yeah. But it's mad every time I put this on because I've only got like 1 or 2 home shirts.
Yeah.
We all wear the home thing.
Come on.
Slightly me next week.
This home was gas.
Yeah, it's alright.
If anyone wants to know, JD sell at the moment. Arsenal
trust
thing,
me.
obviously me and Kes both copped.
You might got the latest drop of like drop number 50 of the season or not.
Don't watch that.
The Schlarge fitting like a small family. So mad.
Extra amount of boys or something.
Hey, but let's jump in. Where would I start? A few RIPs this week. First one goes out to Peter Lorimer. So this guy was Leeds all-time top scorer. Recently passed away. So RIP to my man. Before our time, I don't really know much about him, but
Leeds all time, it's a good club with history.
yeah.
RIP.
RIP to Peter Lorimer. And next one is Frank Worthington. This guy was a Leicester player. Apparently played for Leicester in the 70s. He was apparently, from what I read, quite techie as well. One of those generational talents. So again, I don't know much about my man, but
Sad.
yeah, it's always
RIP,
any loss of life is sad, man. So RIP. Okay, so the next one I want to jump to really is the recent England squad announcement. A couple of talking points in there. A few man getting capped for the first time, a few man getting left out. You man seen the squad?
Yeah, shitgate.
Yeah.
Shitgate's 23-man squad.
Do you know what? I mean, there's a few men that's out injured. The likes of Grealish. Who else is out injured? Pickford's out injured. Rashford's joined up the squad, so yeah, he's in there. But a few injuries opened a few spaces up. So the 2 players you mentioned there.
No Henderson.
Jordan Henderson. Yeah. So on the back of that, you've got Sam Johnston, West Brom keeper.
I think it's fully deserved.
Listen, I said last week, Sam Johnson deserves England call. I didn't say he's going to be a starter. Man's getting shots at him week in, week out.
He deserves to
In regards to goalkeeping, he's been better performed than Pickford has this year, in my opinion. Actual goalkeeping.
League defense. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
The one that I saw with him that was interesting is he's not made any errors that have led to goals.
Mad.
And he plays West Brom.
Mad.
That shows.
That's actually mad.
It's mad. Pickford makes errors every week.
He's got to start then. Surely. Yeah.
The thing with Pickford is, I think that he's not in there because
No,
he's
as in Johnston's got to start.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
With
That's
that,
mad.
100,
That's
100.
mad.
But you got to remember, he's not England number 2, innit?
Yeah.
So it's like Nick Pope and Henderson.
Pope and Henderson.
It's unfortunate for him.
I think Henderson's this keeper. I think Pickford's in there at the minute because he's decent with his feet. He can kick.
Yeah.
But as a keeper, he's nowhere near the best out of the
Nah,
keepers that are there.
Nah. But I think we're blessed in that position as well as RB as well. Like
Yeah.
for the amount of talent that we've got in Pope, Henderson as well.
Were you man saying that
Yeah,
Wan-Bissaka didn't make the squad?
I don't think he made the squad. But in terms of that goalkeepers slot, I don't think we're as talented as you think. I think we've got decent goalkeepers. I don't think we've got the world-class goalkeeper. We ain't got the Brazil kind of depth. We haven't got like, do you know what I'm saying?
I hear
With
that.
our defence at the moment, how I see it, or how we have been previously, our goalkeeper has to be stronger. Do you know what I'm saying?
I think we've got several decent keepers,
Yeah.
not one great keeper.
Great keeper, yeah,
Which is
exactly.
what you need.
No, I do
Normally,
hear
a
that
great
to be
keeper,
fair.
yeah,
That is fair. But I think Dean Henderson could become a great keeper.
Could do. I think Nick Pope is a
Nick
good
Pope's a
keeper.
keeper as
But
well.
Nick Pope is, I think he's just, the problem for him is that the game has developed in a way that doesn't suit him.
Yeah,
if
with
you're talking
his
about old
feet.
school, shot
Also-
stopping and that, Nick Pope's a great goalkeeper.
He's also got the manager that's going to help him do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's kicking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's
Sean
Rose-
Dyche trying
yeah.
to see that.
It's Chris Wood or Archie Barnes or Rose Ed. That's his three options, isn't it?
Yeah. Sean Dyche. What the fuck you mean, part? Listen, it Chris Wood. Yeah. You ain't trying to do that play with the back.
Yeah, hitting Ben knee and that.
They're not receiving the ball either, big
No,
boys.
no,
They're
just- they
benefiting
don't want it
from that ball as well,
Ben knee's
bro.
got his back to him, fam.
When Pope clears it, yeah, they're gassed.
No,
sweet.
the man, yeah, when the keeper plays it short, yeah, they're taking his head off in the change room. What you think? You crazy? Get rid of it.
Bro, there's no chance that you know when he gets the ball, yeah, they're going to already run the picture.
The gap's mad.
Yeah.
Did Wan-Bissaka make it?
No, so Wan-Bissaka didn't make it,
Nah,
which is
man.
interesting. Very interesting. I think a deserved call up or return to the squad for Luke Shaw.
Yeah.
I think that's actually very much so. He's been great for him this season.
Nah, he has.
Jesse Lingard back in the squad as well.
Jesse,
deserved.
well deserved.
Yeah, I think obviously injuries have paved way for him because of Grealish and Maddison are out. But yeah, Lingard definitely deserves his spot in there.
But then would you, if the injuries weren't there, if Maddison, Grealish was there, would you still take Jesse?
Probably not for me.
Yes.
Probably not for me because I think, do you know what it is? I look at like the West Ham and they're getting the most out of everything they've got at the moment. And I think when it comes to England, them man don't do them. They do that for England. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'd rather look for people that have played more consistently throughout the league.
Like Mason Mount.
More consistently throughout the league. And he wouldn't get my team anyway, but let's not even start that. So I'll be looking at the Grealishes and the Maddisons more, in my opinion, to play that number 10 role. Because, you know, I think if you look at the personnel there, in our opinion, we're looking at 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3, and Jesse Lingard doesn't fit that for me.
No, I think that's fair.
I think Southgate likes guys that he knows, innit?
Shitgate.
He likes it. So Lingard always has that advantage that he played at the 2018 World Cup, done well for England. And if he's doing alright at club level, Southgate's always going to give you a look in. Yeah? For me, what's interesting is, you mentioned right back, Alexander Arnold,
Trent,
not in the squad. Wan-Bissaka not in the squad, but Kieran Trippier in the squad.
I'm sorry, they're my top two really right backs, and they're very different right backs. Listen, I'm telling you now, I said to you before, Kieran Trippier has given Southgate some of his winnings because my man's been better and got caught. He's definitely got the winnings.
For me, I mean, so he came out and said about Trent that he's not been performing at the top of his game.
Yeah.
Okay, I can kind of hear that you're going, but you're not even being consistent because there's a few men in here. Eric Dyer's not been at the top of his game. He's in the squad.
He's not even playing or.
Yeah, he's in the squad. You go through it. I'm sure there's a few men that have not been at the top of the game.
Ben Chilwell hasn't
recently.
Ben Chilwell hasn't been to the game.
Yeah, recently. Yeah.
So there's a lot of guys that are.
Yeah.
What you're saying, the comment that Southgate made is inconsistent.
Nah, it's not consistent at all.
Sorry. Because I think, Calvin Phillips well deserved to be fair. Sorry, I just saw Calvin there.
Yeah, no, I mean, so for me, the Alexander Arnold argument is not consistent. Wan-Bissaka, I mean, you can't tell me he's not been decent for Man United.
Trust me.
Yeah, and you've got Kyle Walker in there as well.
No,
who hasn't even really been playing that much this year.
Do you know what though?
He's a
I
good
think
he's
he has
still
been good. I think he's been good.
Yeah.
And he also gives him the option to play. If they play free at the back that he wants to play,
Yeah, I hear that.
Slot in there and give him a bit of pace.
Yeah.
I did hear that, but then you've got Reece James as well though.
You don't start in that back three though.
No, but
Yes.
Reece James will play in a wing back if they do that.
I think utility players now are a blessing to Southgate.
I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it, but it's interesting because he hasn't featured that much this season.
Yeah.
Carl Walker as well in that sense, and nor is Kieran Trippier.
Nah.
He's only recently just come back from injury, so like.
On a more positive note, I want to say big up Ollie Watkins getting his first goal.
First goal, yeah.
This one, do you know what?
Man can't just get a picture on the website.
Do you know what's interesting though? Because with Ollie Watkins, not even to cloud his name, but I do feel it's a bit harsh on Patrick Bamford, if I'm being honest.
I do as well. He's had technically a better season than him, much better season than Ollie Watkins.
I don't know if you can say that though.
Do you know what? If I were,
they're both their first proper first season.
Yeah, but do you know what though? If I were the two players, I look at Bamford as having more quality.
Yeah.
Watkins is the better runner.
Work rate.
He gives you the work rate.
Yeah.
But in terms of quality finisher and quality, even though Watkins got 10 goals in the Premier League, I look at Bamford as being a bit more.
Well, how many goals has Bamford got?
At least 12.
Yeah,
He was on 12 last
I was going to say, I think Bamford's had a better season.
Do you know why I see Bamford? Yeah, I see Bamford in the body. Yeah, like he scores 2 when they've lost 5-2, or he scores a hat trick when they've won 6-1. Like,
but let's be real though.
I think that his goals, if his goals were spread wider, I think maybe. But I think he does. If you look at his stats, I'm sure this guy's got like goals and it's sometimes been worth.
But let's be real though. So if we're talking about them two, Dominic Calvert-Lewin had a quick start to the season.
Yeah.
He's tailed off.
Yeah.
But Southgate knows him.
Yeah.
If we're looking at current form, he's not been in form in terms of strike. Bamford's in better form than Calvert-Lewin.
I still rather think Calvert-Lewin then.
Yeah, based on.
I think it's not his fault, and I don't think his midfielders behind him are given as much as he had at the beginning of the season, and I think that comes from when I look at we spoke about Allen at the beginning. He looks whack. Yeah. If Rodriguez is not in that system, they fall apart. And you know what it is as well, Everton, you said, Merseyside Spurs. You know they're not going to make it in that top 4 now. Yeah. So they come off the boil a bit. I look at Aston Villa, it's the same. They're off the boil a bit.
My question to you is, do you think this team should be picked on merit at the time? Player performances at the time?
I think it's probably.
Do you know what it is though? I think you've got to suit the players that are around them as well, because if you're looking at Calvert-Lewin and you might have Phil Foden and Sterling around him, for example, is he going to have more chances than if he's got?
But Patrick Bamford though, his link-up play is top notch.
Yeah,
he gets assists, he gets goals.
No doubt about it, but I don't think anyone works harder than Watkins at the moment.
Okay, so in the way that England want to play though, who do you think? Because there were times when we're looking at England where he's denied strikers that are in form based on the fact that they don't fit the way he wants to play.
Yeah.
So Troy Deeney, when there was a time when he was in form, but he overlooks him because that's not the way he wants to go. Ollie Watkins, I look at him and I think to myself, do you know what? I'm happy to see him in there first and foremost. I want to make that clear. I'm not mad about him being in there at all. But if we're looking at the way you want to play in the system, I look at Patrick Bamford as more suitable to what I think he wants to do in terms of playing football. Watkins will run in behind and he'll do the donkey work, but Bamford will link the play. He'll also do the pressing as well, which he'll do at Leeds. But on the ball, he'll offer you more quality than Watkins.
He's similar to Harry Kane in the set. Bamford and No. Wait. Let me finish, man.
Ollie Watkins is similar to Henry.
Let me finish.
How?
As in, so we deflected off to DCL, yeah? But I don't think you can compare DCL and Bamford because they're two different strikers, right? Yeah. So when I'm talking about, I'm not talking about quality, as in, I'm saying Bamford and Kane are more in that same kind of striker bracket of the way they play football. Rather than Watkins is more of a runner, more of a work rate.
Listen,
Bamford and Kane are more natural finishers.
I'm real with you, Kane's a league of his own when it comes to England.
I'm not saying that.
They might be the same type of striker.
No, that's exactly what I'm saying.
So when it comes to type of striker,
but that doesn't mean you can't have variety.
I'm not saying a variety, but I'm agreeing with what you're saying.
Can I be real? When it comes to England, there's only one other type of striker that counts here, which is not Kane. So it's Harry Kane and it's not Kane.
This is why I'm agreeing with what you're saying.
So all the other strikers here, you have your own style, whatever.
You can high press, you be the target man. You're not Kane.
What about Jamie Vardy?
No, you're not Kane, fam.
Exactly.
Because even the same thing, you're not Kane.
Listen, Jamie Vardy, is still at the top of his game. Man retired from international football because it's long right now for if they're playing one striker in England, big man, you're sitting on the bench.
But this is what I was agreeing with your point. Before you man tarnish my view, I was agreeing with your point and saying that you were saying that the way England want to play, if you're going to go with just Harry Kane, if there's going to be any replacement for that, I feel like Bamford is the closest to him, or probably DCL. Well, not Ollie Watkins or even DCL. I'd probably say Bamford is probably the next best thing in that system, because he's a similar type of striker to Harry Kane.
I agree with that. But all I'm saying is,
obviously,
the next striker is going to be some legs if Kane is tired,
or world apart.
Or on the off chance he gets injured.
We need two up top.
Yeah, you get in there. And
I hear that.
So I agree with
what you're saying. Obviously, the quality is different.
But for England, these men, don't matter what type of striker you are. You're if Kane's number 9, you're the 21 shirt.
I'm not gonna lie.
If
Kane's coming off here, I'm looking at Rashford, Sterling, Phil Foden to be to make up the false 9.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you though.
Well, you got to go 2 up top, innit?
Yeah.
2
man. What I'm hoping for Watkins is he plays against San Marino and you get some England goal or 2 or assist. And you can say to yourself, listen, big man, I've done my thing for England. Because I don't think Watkins is going to Euros, innit? Like, I don't think
San Marino, you can tell me I said I do my thing. Because I reckon us 3 can go up front here with England behind us and score goals.
Now listen, we say that, but listen, I'm not gonna lie, if I put on an England shirt, I could be scoring against.
That's what I'm saying, San Marino.
I could be scoring against a local pub man, I'm celebrating it like that, and I'm framing the shirt.
Also, the San Marino man, a half policeman, the policeman is trying to chase after me on road, then I'm actually
Saturday jobs and that.
I'm saying, I know, but for Watkins though, you pulled an English shirt, fam.
Yeah, no, 100.
No, 100.
I'm
not saying that. Yeah, but I'm not saying, you're not saying.
I'm hoping just. I'm saying I hope he does his thing. You're saying he's not doing his thing, but he scores against San Marino.
Yeah. Even though obviously I'd be celebrating 2 if I was here, but you're not doing your thing against San Marino. Celebrate 2. Let's start that.
Rashford 2. Yeah, go on. But it's an interesting. I mean, is there anyone that you think that you can think of that possibly should have been in the England squad that's available now that didn't get a look in?
Bamford.
So Bamford, mentioned Bamford as one.
Smith Rowe. Ooh, straight into the senior squad.
It's interesting because
Arsenal man hyping up the youngsters.
No.
Do you know what?
Smith Rowe.
I'll be real. He's done. I think he's done alright.
Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah, Wan-Bissaka won. Smith Rowe. I think the under-21s have got their group stages, their under-21 championships.
That's why it's more important.
Yeah, I'd rather see him go there and play.
I agree.
Slightly, I'm not too annoyed at that.
Retract the statement.
But yeah, Wan-Bissaka, surprising for me. Bamford we mentioned. I'm trying to think of anyone else.
I can't think of anyone else really. Ward-Prowse is in there. Who's actually been off.
There was one. In fact, I saw a post on any omissions that you think that should be in the squad, and I jokingly commented, even though I don't. But I'm gonna give him a shout out. Ivan Toney. Man slapped 28 goals in the championship. Yeah. What? After 30? What? How many? 32 games then?
That was like
Slightly got like 12 penalties and.
But he's still scoring them, man. He's still got to score him.
3 deflections. And
yeah. By the way, I'm not saying he should be in the I was joking, but I want to big him up, man, because you know what?
All up.
He's stepped up to the championship from Peterborough year before, and he's slapping. His record is crazy.
And listen,
he's got more than Timo Pukki in him, man.
I tell you what, it's a great move for him because when I look at someone like him and look at the past Brentford players that have gone on, they've progressed top 6. They progress. He's on route to do that because you don't do them things.
Big facts. I think that he should be getting looked at by a few clubs because even though he's gone to Brentford and they're called the Bees, they should be called the Bottle Jobs because they had 2 games from two games end of last season. The last 2 games, they needed 2 points for promotion.
They were the
They did get 2 points from 2 games.
Yeah, that's
bottled it. This season it's going to be tough for them to come up as well, but they're up there.
They're accumulating strengths.
Oh yeah, trust me. Let's talk about Bottle Jobs. Let's dive into the weekend fixtures. So there wasn't many Premier League games this weekend, but still quite a bit of action to be fair. We start the London Stadium.
Which was a different tone this week.
Yeah.
Last week it was, there's only one place to start.
Yeah, and you know what? This week there is only one place to start, but it's different energy in it. You know what I mean? West Ham, Arsenal. Now, this game, I won't lie to you, I was feeling kind of confident. Even though West Ham are above us in the table, I thought we got the ability in the squad to go there and deal with him. The lineup looked kind of strong. Cool. Bro, within the first 10 minutes we're 2-0 down. Sloppy. The more I watch Arsenal this season, the more I'm convinced that we sold the wrong keeper. I didn't want to come back, but the more I think of it now, I think, Emi Martinez, when you watch him, I was gonna say he's playing for a lesser team, but they're above us on the table, so maybe they're not. You see less. I mean, you rarely see mistakes of Martinez. Once in a blue moon.
Nah, I wasn't great with what he done when he came out against Tottenham.
Makes mistakes, but not regular.
I think he's had a better season than Leno.
100%. With Bert Leno, and I get now keepers are under different pressure to learn to play on your feet and do whatnot. I'm not impressed by Leno in terms of he can pass out from the back, but it's not his technique that's the issue, it's his brain. Because you're passing to a man that you can see has got 3 men around him and he's under pressure. He's going to have to do some Ronaldinho and Cruyff turns just to flipping play next pass.
Yeah.
So that annoys me. But in the goal that he conceded from the quick free kick,
I don't think it was his fault.
That Bowen thing.
What, the Bowen thing?
You remember
near post?
No, the Bowen thing and near post thing was his fault. But I'm not gonna lie.
But you lot are still asleep at that. I still think it's deflecting onto
the
him.
referee come up. The referee come up with a spray thing, and next minute the ball's gone.
But also,
I saw that, but for me,
the near post thing you should save it. Yeah.
Near post, like, but quick organisation as well from your actual players on the pitch.
We were switched off with the spray thing because I saw that online as well. People talking about, you had to spray out. For me personally, I think that I've got no issue with them taking the quick. I think that the free kick, the attacking team should have the advantage. So this idea that we've got a stopping thing and let the defensive team set up and that,
I agree with you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He got to spray out because he would have sprayed it, but they want to go quick, go do your thing. The other team should be switched on and ready, so I'm not too mad.
I don't know, man. The spray for me sets something for the wall in it, so I think then there's got to be some sort of ruling behind about when you're going to bring out the spray. Do you bring it out straight away? No, because obviously it's last people. But for me, as soon as you bring it out, I'm looking to where's the wall then, sir? You know what I'm saying? Where's the wall box like?
But I'm thinking. Listen, I'll be real with you. With the spray team, the master players are so switched off that the spray is the last thing they're recognising. Someone's picked that up on Twitter or something afterwards. He had the spray in his hand. The fact of the matter is, the free kicks conceded. Listen, you ain't relying on the referee's spray. You should be setting up, ready for action. We switched off in it, so whatever you look at, I blame the defence for being switched off. Leno has still got to be saving that. You can't be getting beaten in the post.
I agree with you.
So
I do agree with you.
The more I see of Leno, I'm like, you know what? He's a good keeper, and him and Martinez are very close. But the more I watch him, I'm just thinking, slightly Martinez, man. Like,
nah, I don't think it's that deep, man. For me, it's not that deep for me, man.
I think it was a sloppy second goal. That was the sloppiest one.
Yeah, it was a team sloppy goal though.
I agree. Like, it's more of a team.
Because listen, Leno should have let it in, but the team was switched off. The team was switched off. So the whole team was switched off and they scored. And listen, that happens, isn't it? You pay the price.
Yeah.
But you were 3 down in. Oh, you had a poor first half, innit?
Poor first half. But big up West Ham. I mean, essentially they scored 5 goals in this game.
Trust me.
They were 3-0 up. One guy on the shot in this game. He got man of the match, and I'm glad he got recognition, man. Callum Chambers, man. Callum Chambers. Initially we saw he better be nowhere near the squad. Callum Chambers at right back. You're thinking, right? Yeah.
I swear.
Yeah, you're thinking, he might got pace. Listen, this guy was quality, and for me, Callum Chambers is a good defender. He had a bad injury.
So a couple that know.
He had a couple. Yeah. But even when he had the injury, he was playing well. And what I like about Callum Chambers, is you don't hear much from him. He's going through an injury, whatever. But he works hard, and whenever you see him play, whether it be centre back or right back, he does a job. And a lot of the good things that came from Arsenal came down his right hand side. See Bellerin in that position, not to knock him because he's been alright, but Bellerin is either shanking crosses or doing too much or whatever. See Chambers, you've got the ball whipping it.
You know what I'm saying? You know what though? Sometimes I don't like, listen, fair play Chambers, I thought he was alright to be fair, I've got nothing to say about him, but I look at the selection of the back 4 and I see the most rotation in that back 4 than I see any other club fan. Because this week it was it Louis and Mari?
It was.
And I'm just thinking, bro, there's 2 men that are slower than fucking, like, do you know what I'm saying? Slower than Akin Fenwar fans. Like, do you know what I'm saying? You're not, like, bro, honestly, stop doing it. And then you've got Callum Chambers, listen, who's not quick. I'm just thinking, bro, where's the balance though in the team? You just keep listen. The inconsistency for me, I don't like it, and I think the inconsistency comes when you're consistently changing the squad and no one knows what's going on.
Do you reckon he still doesn't know his best 11?
No, I don't think he knows it. I don't think he knows.
No, I disagree with that. I think he definitely knows his best 11. I think he definitely knows his best 11.
I don't think he knows him.
Maybe not the one area maybe you could say
he doesn't know
is the centre back part area.
He doesn't know.
So
who's his best right back?
What, Bellerin?
It's not Cedric, no?
Nah, it's not Cedric.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You sure?
I think his best 11, when everyone's fit, is Bellerin.
Gabriel Luiz.
In fact, that's the one area.
That's my point though.
That's one area. That's one area.
But
then
no
you
one
got Tierney, left back. In the middle, he likes Partey and Xhaka.
Yeah.
And then you've got Saka, Odegaard, and
Smith Rowe.
Yeah, Smith Rowe.
You got. I mean,
So I'm saying, so you don't know.
Losing out on Aubameyang, Willian.
Oh, Aubameyang's on top. But anyways,
Aubameyang.
my point is,
I think Aubameyang needs to be touched on this game.
my point is though, quickly on your squad is that you don't know, you can't tell me in it. And the point, the fact that we've had to get a January low knee, to know what your best squad is. You didn't know your best squad from before.
I agree with you. I don't
so
think
for me, he doesn't know it.
Maybe.
I think he's got a bit of Lampard syndrome in there.
Listen, chat about Aubameyang because listen,
best squad.
I've got heat for Aubameyang.
I don't think it's bad in Lampard though, because he's not tweaking the system every week and that. He's just changed personnel.
Lampard went from 3-4-3, 3-5-2, 4-3-3.
No, I'm just saying though, in general, I still don't think I don't think that's his best level.
Maybe not.
Aubameyang,
last couple of weeks.
I'll tell you what, he's frustrated me last couple of games.
Europa League
he frustrated me. But even against West Ham, I don't know if there's something going on with him like deeper, but he just looks not only off the ball, because my thing is this here. We know his we know his quality in terms of what he offers goal scoring wise. He scored some crucial goals last season, right? The problem with Aubameyang is that, okay, you're a goal scorer. When you're not scoring goals, what are you offering the team? Yeah, this guy, when he's not scoring goals, you see him walking around. You see him like, I'm thinking, get involved, run, do something. It's like you see him walking about the pitch.
It makes it worse that he's your captain.
He wears the captain's armband. That's what I'm saying. So when the team is flat, you're not picking the team up. So the armband's just for show, because I don't see you running anyone. I don't see you getting around anyone. I just see you moping about the pitch. I'm just like, I'm sorry. People are scared to call him out because he's probably our best player. But at the same time, we need more.
You expect that of your best player, right?
And you
expect more.
Yeah. And too many times I see these man getting the big contracts and just falling off. Why? Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't know. Against West Ham, I watched him. The most, they said in commentary on the game, the most passion I saw from him was when he was off the pitch and he scored. Yeah. But big man, you was on the pitch for how long? Like, you know what I mean? So I wasn't really happy with his performance at all.
Lacazette had a good game.
Lacazette but what I say about Lacazette is, listen, he might not be as clinical, but what you see from Lacazette, he's going to try. He's going to jump in. He's going to, even though he's getting his body in, he's getting stuck in. I see more from him.
He got one clear off the line, didn't he?
He did. He was unlucky there as well. He was unlucky. Jesse Lingard scored. Big amount. It was a good goal from him. That was the one goal I wasn't too mad at in this game.
He always turns up at Arsenal.
Yeah, he does his thing.
That Antonio one as well. Well, the Souček one, where he touched it. But again, just Antonio bodying man and using his presence.
Yeah.
And he should have had a second, I think, when he hit the post.
Yeah, he was unlucky
there.
there.
That's Antonio. I don't think it's unlucky. That's Antonio, isn't it?
Do you think
top striker's putting it away though, isn't it?
I think he's at full stretch.
Yeah, I do think top striker. In my opinion, top striker's putting away in it.
To be fair though, I'm just going to thank you both now, anyway, in general, for making them drop 2 points, because you did us a favour. At 3-0, I was thinking, I messaged you both being like, where's the fight? Like, I thought the game was over and West Ham were going to take even better position in the table. It was looking quite mad, and so you had a good second half, you have to say, to come back and get 3-3 out of that.
Yeah, so that's what I want to comment on the positive, which is I like the character to come back into the game, keep battling. A special mention to Odegaard as well.
Yeah,
he just made things happen. You see the quality of him in that 10 position. I personally think we got a signing.
I need to see a signing. I need to see a
signing.
Is there an option to buy?
No option to buy. No clause. Just got to negotiate. Yeah. But at the same time, Real Madrid, I don't think that would have been difficult to get mid-season with them, man, because you know what I mean. But let's see, because I like what I see from him.
100.
And I'm always happy when I see Partey in there, even if he's been a bit sloppy recently. To see him in there, he just boosts the midfield quality.
Yeah,
I
think he does.
You know what I mean? So in the end, a point does nothing for both teams. But the positive I'll take from this game is that we showed a bit of heart. And from West Ham, you can see that, I mean, the fact that they're disappointed with draw of Arsenal shows their progression as well. No, good luck to them for the rest of the season, man.
Not too much though.
Next game I want to look at is Villa-Tottenham. Now, Tottenham are coming off of the back of a very Spursy week following their North London derby defeat, and then the mighty Dinamo Zagreb with the gaffer in bin.
Giving instructions.
Yeah. Them men going into the tie 2-0 up, and
I know their bins there is very different. But I know my man basically got video call.
He was there,
yeah.
But yeah, Spurs going into 2-0 up and going out of Europe. So they had a very Spursy week.
Yeah, Spurs. Yeah.
So you'd argue it's a very big game for them away at Villa, and a tricky one. But again with Villa, man, no Greenish. I'm just like.
I don't think it's tricky. I think Villa, from where they were last year and where they are now, they're comfy, fam.
Yeah.
And I think they've just at that point where they're just like, not like I think everyone goes out to win games, but I think they've just become flat, bro. And there's no Greenish.
I think the no Greenish thing is a big issue because he's the best player. He makes things happen. Yeah. He's the guy that when they're under pressure, you can give him the ball. And he just carries it, he gets on the pitch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what I was saying a few episodes ago where, the progression this year has been good, but we're bigging up Villa and I just don't see it from Villa. Because I only see it from one guy really.
But I still think that a team that avoided relegation on the last day of the season, compared to the following season, where they can go into the European place with games in hand. But I think you've got to pick them up in it as well.
But when there was all that bullshit CL and maybe even pushing for a European spot, get out of here, man.
Yeah, for me, again for now, I'm not gonna lie to you, top 10 is a good place for them.
Yeah. No, I agree.
It's a good place for them.
But I just think based on how the season had gone from up until this point, they can dare to dream, man.
Of course they can. Of course they can.
You're up there, and anything can happen. Interesting. So the lineup Spurs went with, they played 4-4-2.
Yeah.
Kane and Vinicius up top.
I like that for him.
I liked it for his first PL goal, innit?
I liked it for him. I don't mind Vinicius. I like what I see. I do like what I see Vinicius.
When he tried to do the Mbappe, when he scored.
Yeah, I see him do that a couple of times.
No, it's not FIFA, big man. Can't just press X and do celebration on that.
So the talking point from this game, and obviously we've talked about this off camera a little bit.
Yeah.
The Kane penalty.
Yeah.
The Harry Kane penalty.
I think we did a bit disjustice there because I think they deservedly won the game, regardless of the penalty decision. I think they deservedly won the game. They grew into the game.
Yeah. Once they took the lead.
Yeah.
But when it was 0-0, Villa had chances. I think Villa were nervous.
Villa, as you said, Villa are not the same team though without their main Donny.
In fact, so to be fair to them, before the penalty, you got the Vinicius goal. In commentary, I was listening to them talking about the quality from Kane. I'm thinking, you not seen Lucas Moura just get the ball, whatever.
Yeah. Listen, Kane probably touched it from the halfway line. They'll be like, the great pass, bro. 5-meter pass from Kane was delightful.
No, bro. Lucas Moura did the most. Played with Kane, and Kane had one pass which to give it to Moura.
And
then Moura plays a great ball into Vinicius here, and they're talking about Harry Kane.
English
bro. They might actually piss me off.
Lucas Moura done bits there.
Listen, the reason why Kane's got 15 assists or whatever it is, is because my man's giving him 1-2 from the halfway line and getting an assist. They're doing the most for Kane now.
So big up Moura on the first goal, but
Moura is a baller, fam.
He is a baller.
And we spoke about a few weeks ago. I'm sure we did. We spoke about Lucas Moura being underrated, fam.
He's
Yeah.
Going back to the pen though, I think it's a pen still.
So for me, I want to come back to this one. It's almost similar to the Lacazette thing in a sense, but I think this one's even one worse because Lacazette, we talked about him not having control of the ball and taking the ball away and that drawing the foul. Kane has gone one further where he's anticipated the defender going for the ball and decided to jump across the ball to then initiate the contact for the pen.
Step over.
Now, but you say step over, but by the time he's on one side of the ball, the ball's going out behind him, he's got no control of the ball.
Off the pitch though.
No, that's not the thing. So my thing is this, because what I think it sets a dangerous precedent, which is you can just literally play for the foul rather than trying to play the ball. So it's one thing diving, but when you're going for the cross the ball and you think I'm going to win a penalty here and not even try and play the ball, jump across and initiate contact, I think you're sending the game down a dangerous path.
But is that the first time that's happened? Because a lot of players play for penalties now. Anyway.
And the whole leaving your leg there.
There's one thing. There's one thing playing for the pen, but there's another thing having no interest in the ball. That's a completely different thing.
What's that down there?
Kane literally had no interest in the ball. It's not like he tried to kick the ball. He didn't even try to kick the ball.
No,
he
jumped
past it. I think that's dangerous, bro.
I still think it's a penalty.
For me, I think this is why it makes Kane world class because see that there, that's gone beyond what the rules are saying. So for me, I agree with Pana, it's a pen. But to be able to think what you can do there while the ball's on the pitch, right, and get a pen from that, he ain't scoring for that position. So to get a pen from that just shows the world class he is in my opinion. And I see what you're coming at. For me, you've done some skill where to get yourself a pen. That is a skill. It's a skill to get a pen. You've done a skill.
I can't credit man to give
but
it.
It's a skill for.
I can't credit.
Regardless if it's not a step over or whatever, it's a skill to get a pen.
That's like me running with the ball and seeing a man sliding from way over there and just jumping over there and then feeling
don't slide there, bro.
Nah.
We said last week the art of defending has got to be more than the fact that strikers can anticipate you. Because if you're coming into me, fam, I'm looking for the pen if I ain't scoring. I'm looking for the pen. That's exactly how it is.
I don't think you deserve a pen if you've not tried.
I don't deserve it.
If you've been impeded, that's one thing. If you've initiated that, I don't know.
I think it could be a bit both though. Like the ball's gone into Kane, right? It's not gone into like what you're saying. Like I hear what you're saying, but it's not gone into like a Mora across the pitch and Kane's been taken out in the box and it's a pen or whatever. The ball is still in play with Kane, right? So he's gone to step over the ball and he's done it. Like I do agree with you. He's done it loosely. Like he stepped over it and he's let the ball run past him.
He's done it full well knowing he's not getting the ball for.
But I still go back to the point of the ball is there in the situation, and I still think that who was it that took him out?
Matty Cash.
Matty Cash. I still think that Matty Cash made a reckless challenge and took Kane out. Therefore, for me, it's a penalty. Still, personally.
So are we? So what the main thing here is, are we crediting Kane with a piece of skill there? Is that what we're saying?
No, not necessarily.
Because for me, that's where the argument stands really. If that's class of skill, for me, in my opinion, he's run out of ideas. He doesn't know what he can do there, so he's going to play for the pen.
You can't say man ran out of ideas because the idea to win the pen is a good idea for him.
But the pen wasn't. But this is what I'm saying. The penalty, when you think of the rules and whatnot, it's there to guard against the guy who's trying to play for the goal, which is the aim of the game, and is impeded. If you're playing for the pen, I think you're setting the game down a dangerous path. I think for me personally, in that position there, Harry Kane should be trying to find a way to get the ball into the box, not trying to find a way to win a penalty. Which what players do, I agree. But when you're given that kind of pen where he's jumped over the ball, you've then set the game down a path where you've got players now thinking of ways to win the penalty rather than focus on their main objective.
Hear that.
So in my opinion, it probably is a pen by the letter of the law. There's contact and whatever, but I just think you're setting a dangerous precedent with that.
I do hear that. I think that's been the case all season though with most players, man.
Yeah.
Like looking for shit that like they didn't do last season. It's definitely, and I do agree with you. It's not a nice way for the game to go.
Yeah, I don't like
but it's not about football.
I still, yeah.
It's not about football. It's about beating the game, and that's how I see it. They're beating
it's
the
a
game.
weird
They're finding the stuff behind the rules to beat the game, and that's how I see it.
Let us know, listeners. Let us know what you think on that.
Let us know what you think, man. The Kane situation, is it a pen? Is it not a pen? What do you think of that, man? I don't really like the way the game's going in that regard, if I'm being honest.
I don't like the way the game's going in many ways, man. Yeah. Regardless of it, to be fair. But I hear what you're saying.
Yeah. Let's jump. Let's kick on though. Next game I want to look at is Fulham Leeds. Now this is, I was going to call it a basement battle. It's not. You've got one team scrapping relegation, and one team that are safe.
Yeah.
Not going down. Not going to hit Europe. And are just playing for their manager in a minute. Two newly promoted teams at the start of the season. Now, I'm looking at this game.
Also, be able to go in with a terrible record in London.
Yeah.
Terrible record in London.
Depends how much you read into that, man. I mean, obviously that was the stat.
It'll still be psychological, I reckon.
Do you think?
Yeah, I think it's still psychological, man, because as a manager, you're looking to get out of that. And as a team, you're looking to pounce. As an opposition team, you're looking to pounce on that.
Yeah, I look at it. Better quality teams.
Yeah, because I look at it. I think to myself, okay, obviously it extends to the Championship as well and whatnot. But I think if I'm in that dressing room and we've not won in London and we've lost in the Premier League, Arsenal, Chelsea, XYZ, and the Championship we probably bottled it, but we're a different team now. I'm looking at it thinking we're playing Fulham. They're fighting relegation.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm not looking at it thinking, oh, it's London, like you know what I mean?
Personally, they played for them last season, though.
Yeah, in the Championship, they're a different team. But they're a different team this season, that's what I'm saying. They're a better team than they were last season. I hear what you're saying. So I'm looking at this season.
They're not a better team than Fulham last season.
Fulham were a good team last season. But what I'm saying is,
where did Fulham finish?
Third.
And where did Leeds finish?
First.
So better team, you think? No?
Yeah, but no, over the course of a season. But what I'm talking about is, in terms of quality, there wasn't that much between the two teams on paper. Now, this season, you look at them, you've got a team that's right at the bottom of the table and a team that's confident. This season, the London thing is a coincidence, and it's carried on into this season where they've got teams. The teams in London this season is Arsenal,
It's a step up, isn't it?
It's a step up. So going to Fulham, I don't think that London thing is an issue this season. I don't think the Leeds players will go into London fearing being in London.
I'm not talking about the 4 games in the Premier League. I'm talking about the extension of what that run comes to.
I get it, but my argument to that is though, they're a different team from last season.
100% I agree with you saying, but psychologically that still can have an impact.
No, it can, but I feel like that's exactly what Kes is saying though, because even though it might have an impact psychologically, they're still going to go down. They're not going to be going to Chelsea away. They're going to Fulham away. And they know that they've met Fulham, they know they can do Fulham, especially in the thing they're in.
But they haven't done Fulham the season before, that's my point. So the psychological view from it, the point is the fact that they could have beat Fulham at home, they didn't last season.
Yeah.
They didn't beat the Brentford and whatever other teams that are down there. Can't think of QPR, same things, they didn't beat them teams that you say they're better than. Agreed?
Yeah. I hear that.
My thing is that it's not just the 4 or 5 games they play in the Premier League, that it's the 4 games they didn't win in the Championship, the 4 games that they bring down to Premiership.
Yeah.
That could have a psychological effect.
You're looking at a team that you have beat this season, so you beat this team already, right? So
different Fulham team, though. Yeah. When you say a different team to when they beat them before.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, but you're saying so psychologically. So going one way, the team that Leeds were last season,
I agree with you,
didn't beat Fulham away. However, this season, you beat Fulham.
You said because it's a different team, yeah?
Fulham are a different team now.
No, you said Leeds are a different team though.
Leeds are a different team from last season.
Yeah.
But Leeds looking at Fulham this season, what I'm saying is, Leeds have beat Fulham already. Yeah. Granted, Fulham are a better team than they were at the time. Yeah. Okay. But for this group of players, we're talking about London curse and whatever. For me personally, the fact that you've already beat Fulham would override the fact that you've got this terrible record in London, because when you go to London, the players not looking at London. That's just something that people point out. Yeah. You're looking at a team that we've beaten this season, and we're going to play Fulham, and we should go down there confident. They might be better, but we know we can beat them.
You bet Leeds to beat them, then, did you?
No, I thought Fulham would win this game.
Okay, but this is my point though, bro. Yeah. Because now what you're saying the teams have changed. I totally agree with you, and we agree in a certain aspect. I think that when you're getting this thing, you think I'm buying into the whole psychology. I think there's an impact that could have that. And the same here, you man both just said you'd back Fulham over this game because they got more to play for potentially as well than Leeds have. So the psychological view, the fact that Fulham are coming to because they need it, is also going to be more hunger and desire than before. So listen,
you say that, but then the flip side is they could be more tense. Leeds are coming here, they're relaxed, they got nothing. It depends where you look at it. Yeah, so for me personally, what I'm saying is I don't think that the fact that Leeds had a terrible record in London, they'd be fearful of Fulham because of that. Do you know what I mean?
I'm not saying they're fearful, I'm just saying they could play a part.
It could play a part. If there's any time to break it coming down to London, it's this game.
To be fair.
So if you're not going to Arsenal, you're not going to Chelsea and all that, you're going to go Fulham, Bielsa's going to say, if it's really bothering us, let's prove it today.
I disagree because the Fulham you're fighting now is not Fulham he's fighting in October, November playing.
Fulham now. It clearly didn't affect him. So.
No, it didn't. And do you know what? The 2 goals we'll speak about was poor defending by fucking what's the 2 sins?
Anderson.
No, not Anderson. Tosin, Adibulubuyo.
Yeah.
Terrible defending. Weak, soft.
I don't think they were both.
Lost his man.
Bamford's goal was
a
very good goal.
I think there's one goal that Anderson dives out.
The Bamford thing, was the fact that he left Bamford on his own and he scored his goal, The second goal, it wasn't totally his fault. Lemina left the ball in the middle. Anderson dived in.
And Lemina's doing the whole game, by the way.
Yeah. Anderson dived in.
Yeah.
And did you see my man miss the ball when he swiped it?
Yeah.
No, don't do anything. He could have dived in and got the ball, fam. Like, that's how close he was to the ball. That was 2 pieces of poor defending that can see that. For me, listen, I'm not taking away nothing from Leeds and nothing from the fact that what I said that psychologically that could play a part that you haven't won in London in 10 games.
You're right. So first of all, I'd say to that, I think big up Bamford on his goal. He was playing a little bit of a knock and quality finish.
Yeah, good finish.
Good finish. And an assist for Rafinha. Rafinha is also quality.
This is exactly though, for me, this is exactly again, and I've got to keep backing myself, this is exactly why Fulham are going to go down still. They're going to go. They're going.
Listen, back your source.
They need it, but again, it's another game.
Because I bottled it, innit?
It's another game where they needed to win.
Yeah.
I know the next game, like you said from last week, and I totally agree with you, Brighton, Newcastle, someone's going to drop points.
Yeah.
But Brighton, we'll get onto that in a minute, Brighton turned up, beat Newcastle. I still think though Fulham have not got enough, or their start was so poor that it's fucked them for the rest of the year.
Well, let's
Fulham needed the point.
They
needed something.
After seeing Brighton result, which I expected Brighton to win,
Fulham was first though.
But this is what I'm saying. But in hindsight, if Fulham got a point out of that, they're in a lot better position going forward.
But this is why, like the results we were talking about earlier in the season, when we were talking about Fulham, Liverpool and all that, you're thinking, big man, but all that is nothing when you don't win these games. And that's where it's wrong, because that's why they'll go down.
That's very true. But let's merge it to the next game then, because Brighton Newcastle was also a pivotal game.
It is.
And I said 3 teams there that fight for that last place to get.
And I said with Brighton that you couldn't call their previous result last week a run of form, but you can now because they've gone on to win a second game consecutive. And you know what?
Comfortably.
Personally, I expect them to win this game, but they've won it comfortably, right? And what I think this has shown, which you may have been saying, is that Brighton have got that bit of quality down there that you'd expect to carry them through when the going gets tough, right? So Brighton, I'm going to concede that one, and I'm saying now I'll back it that Brighton are safe.
I'm with you now. I'm with you on that.
I'm still on to Newcastle. Man.
I agree.
I'm still on to these, man, because I'll be real with you. When I look at it, yeah, no matter what the table's saying, I think there's 2 points gap between Newcastle and Fulham, and Newcastle got a game in hand. I'm looking at Newcastle thinking, I can see them winning 1 or 2 games max from their last 8.
They're in trouble, bro. Them man need Jonas Gutierrez, Hassan Ben Arfa. Who else was there?
Shearer,
Michael Owen,
Johan Cabaye, fam.
Johan Cabaye, fam.
Yeah.
These are the men they need, fam, because, and you know what? They need the 40-year-old version, because these men I'm seeing in the midfield, are terrible, fam.
Yeah,
and listen,
they are poor.
I'm gonna start at Almiron, man's about 24 with the deadliest trim, fam. The one all over, one all over. And firstly, why does Josh Maja look like he's got a bowl on his head and someone's just shaved a 0 around?
Josh Maja,
that trim is terrible, fam. Terrible.
It's a terrible trim.
The guy's got like a 4 or 5 on top with a 0 round, fam.
I can't slightly like it still, but that's me though, innit?
Man looks like broccoli, fam.
Do you know what it is? I don't mind that the levels, it's for me.
There's no level down.
There's no fade.
You've gone mushroom team.
It's like a low fade, but you've gone from just literally low high. It's mad.
Low high. I'm the same. My mushroom team, I had my little afro on the top. I used to wear the bandana around the side.
Yeah, but you know what? You'll get away with a Greek flex, This guy's an African brother, You can't get away from 5 on top.
Nah, big man. Nah, big man. If you can have 2 levels, but
can't be 5 and 0.
No, trust me. You need a fade. The bigger the levels as well, the more a need for a fade. Like you can't have just bald and whatever, fam. That's some hacksaw trim, fam. You need a big man. You need a fade. That's
not trim, fam.
Yeah.
But he's been rocking the same trim all the time, fam.
No, you need a fade.
That's still.
That's a classic.
What I will say and agree with you though, Kes, is that I'm still gonna go with Fulham. But if I have to now concede to something, I said it before with Brighton, but Newcastle. You said it before, and if it is gonna happen, it's gonna be these man, because
last game of the season.
These men are doomed.
Last game of the season.
I feel sorry for Steve Bruce.
No, I don't.
I don't. For what?
I don't.
I like Steve Bruce, man.
For what?
I feel sorry for him,
man.
man.
Like his managerial tactics.
He's got a shit owner of the club.
He needed moving
so much politics in the club, and he's got the weight of a. It's like Sunderland. He's got the weight of a city.
You see Mike Ashley? You see Mike Ashley?
I said like Sunderland.
Newcastle
is the city.
You see Mike Ashley?
You get what I miss. You get what I'm saying.
You see Mike Ashley? I think obviously people call him a shit owner, or whatever. To some managers, he's a hindrance, and to others, he's a godsend. And I'm going to tell you why. Man like Rafa Benitez, who we know is a quality manager, whatever, Ashley not backing it has held you back. You could have done X, Y, Z, whatever. Steve Bruce weren't doing shit anyway. The fact that Mike Ashley is shit has given you an excuse to be shit, fam. What is Steve Bruce doing with Newcastle if they come and invest P? What's Steve Bruce doing, man?
And who's he?
Wait.
Let's look at his track record.
Didn't you back Steve Bruce going away time ago?
Listen, I'll tell you about Steve Bruce, I'm not saying like he's the kind of guy, average manager, whatever, Sheffield Wednesday was his last job. Prior to that, he got hold from the Championship to the Prem. Cool. I can hear that. And what did Villa? He lost in the playoff final with Villa. These are all Championship teams. When it comes to Steve Bruce, I rate him as a decent manager.
I'm not saying he's anything special.
Decent manager, Championship level, and in the Prem with a Championship team, he'll do all right. But let's not get it twisted and think that Mike Ashley is flopping Steve Bruce. Steve Bruce, I'm sorry. What level is he taking to Newcastle?
I think he's better than 17th.
He's probably 15th.
How, fam?
15th.
Newcastle aren't shit, you know.
Yeah, he's got Man United.
Newcastle aren't
That's
shit.
exactly my point.
No, but that's not the players sort of, because it lies on the manager. The manager's a leader.
They have got like.
I told you, yeah.
Crystal Palace, other than Zaha, are shit. Newcastle got better players, I'd say, positionally, than Crystal Palace.
No, I wouldn't.
Nah?
No, I wouldn't say.
Anyways,
I think they've got a better keeper. Rafa's actually alright, to be fair.
Who's got
I think Guaita's a good keeper.
Good keeper, yeah.
Right. I think Eze straight away. Yeah. Versus Almiron. Maybe some Maximin probably can.
Let's compare the ones there. Eze.
I still think.
say Maximin and Zaha.
I still think.
Okay,
you look at Kouyaté versus a John Joe Shelby. Kouyaté, for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Kouyaté. I would have said
Milivojevic. Okay, again.
Man City.
I don't even know Newcastle's team there.
No, listen.
Milivojevic against. Well, who else in the middle of the park?
When you're
Kouyaté's been playing centre back as well, yeah.
When your third person on the list is Milivojevic, yeah.
Milivojevic is first on the team sheet at Palace, bro. What are you talking about? It's a captain.
So?
What, you're saying Milivojevic doesn't walk into Newcastle's squad?
No, in the squad, he was in the squad.
Into their first 11.
Who's sure?
Right, so who goes over Milivojevic in Newcastle? He's a centre mid. Who plays centre mid in Newcastle? Shelby and Hayden, no?
Yeah, probably Hayden, yeah.
So I don't know why it's such a mad shout.
I'd rather Joe Willock.
You're a waste, man. Also, he's at loan as well, like. And Joe Willock don't play centre mid.
Why not?
He plays more of a camera, isn't it?
Let's not even get into it.
I've seen him play well.
For me, when Milivojevic, your third person,
Milivojevic,
it just shows how dead both teams are.
No, but I still think Palace's 11 is much better than
Much
Newcastle's.
better.
Yeah,
much better.
Alright, better.
Yeah.
It's better than it's better.
Like,
Benteke over Joe Linton, 100%. Well,
They're same level, fam. No goals.
Nah, 3 goals against 1 goal.
And how many has Joe Linton got this year?
Name me Crystal Palace's back 4, fam.
Gary Cahill straight away all over them.
So the same Chelsea legend guy, yeah, go on.
Patrick Van der Handel is actually a decent left back.
Didn't actually start at the beginning of the season, but go on.
He's been a regular starter for Palace over the years.
And then other than him, so you got Joe Ward right back.
Yeah. Alright. Let's get rid of Joe Ward maybe. But who's right back at Newcastle?
And
Tompkins.
Manquillo.
Yeah.
Tompkins.
Tompkins. Yeah.
Or Kelly as well.
Kelly.
This guy, man. Do you know what? Yeah, this is
shit.
Man, you know what?
You're not always trying.
What I'm saying is,
it's shit versus shit. I think Crystal Palace got better shit.
I think.
Well, this shit don't stink.
This is something I think this is to off camera have a proper think about, come back to, because this is actually interesting. I'm looking at, if we go player for player, yeah.
Palace much better.
I don't know much better. I think they're same level, fam.
At least they're better. We just gone through a few players, yeah. And there's no offering there from Newcastle other than sent Maximin because they sent minimum without him.
Yeah.
And
Callum Wilson's better than Benteke.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah, fair. No, I'll take that one.
Ryan Fraser for Newcastle, they signed.
Almiron.
I'll go Eze over Ryan Fraser.
Yeah, but
I'm not comparing them.
You can't compare them.
Because then you'll have a Zaha.
You said Eze and Almiron.
Okay.
So.
But we have to go 11 for 11, innit?
Yeah.
So
we'll do that and we'll come back.
I still think though that they've got more talent in Palace. Big up the second home still.
Boy.
How the fuck we got to Palace? They didn't play this week.
Yeah, do you know what?
Because he was trying to give the excuse about Steve Bruce and Wilson, innit?
You're right in the buds there this week, mate. You know what I mean?
You know, it's all about the Pana shots.
So before we move on to Donkey and Player, I want to give a special mention to Leicester City this weekend, who put their... What?
You boyed it.
What?
No, I thought you said
we don't talk about cup games.
No, we're not, but it's semi-final. We're going to give them a shout out for getting to the first.
You boyed it.
Come on.
So big up Leicester.
Who did they knock out, by the way? Sorry, just
just
in case the listeners don't know who they knocked out.
Man United.
Meant to be a breeze for them, wasn't it?
Yeah. So, them man there.
You know
what I mean? So yeah.
Werner and them man there.
Big up Leicester and Southampton making a semi.
Yeah, trust.
Chelsea. Yeah, big up Chelsea making a semi as well.
They made it hard for us, Sheffield United.
Yeah, tough game in the semi against City.
It was a tough game. Oh yeah. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say we're going to go on and win it, but
you should be winning it.
You got a chance.
You should be looking to win it.
If we play the way we played against Athletic, I think he'll set up where we will play a counter attack against City. Have to win it. And if we do it well, I'm not going to sit here and say we can do it, but we might just do it.
You never know, man. You're in it and you got a chance.
Tuchel's record, you never know, innit?
We'll see.
Exactly. So now, big up you, man. So yeah, based on the limited games you got,
who's your player of the week, Kes? Let me take it to you this week. Come on, you always come to us first.
Start with Donkey first.
Oh, go on. Who's your donkey?
You don't know, fam. You get 8 man.
Or did you have a player? Have you got a player?
do you know what? My donkey of the week, I would be probably between two. Bernd Leno.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, that's shot number 1.
That's a good shot.
Donut. And Steve Bruce. Yeah, because your team's showing no heart, no heart. You get me? No bottle, no backbone.
No nothing.
Yeah, no nothing. So
No, I hear that.
between them two, and do you know what? I'm gonna get to Bernd Leno because with Steve Bruce and that, we know with Newcastle, you know the predicament, we know with them, man. With Leno, you got to be saving shots in your near post, man. In hindsight, you look back here, that's 3 points. How many points are we dropping from these dumb decisions? So, yeah, so my donkey of the week is going to be Bernd Leno.
Yeah.
I think that's a great shot, by the way.
Nah, to be fair, it was well deserved. I was thinking of Mikel Arteta after I bigged him up last week because of I just don't get the whole back four reshuffle all the time, bro. Just don't get it. But I'm gonna go for, as I cussed him earlier, Tosin Adibarara or whatever his name is, because listen, I don't know your name, big. Firstly, secondly,
you say Tosin, man. You got Tosin.
When I say Tosin, I think of check.
Check Tosin.
Check Tosin, yeah.
Check Tosin.
So when I see the Turkish brother with that, yeah, I think, how's the black brother got the same name, fam? You get me though, innit?
Yeah.
So, Tosin, Fulham Tosin, because firstly, the first goal, boy. He looked lost.
Also,
he looked lost.
Turkish brothers, yeah, but that's not because is it Toshin or
Toshin. It's probably Toshin or
Toshin or something.
Toshin, yeah. Sorry. And second one, because of the way he listen, I get your defense made mistakes, yeah, but you can't be the last mistake because I remember that, fam. And the way you miskicked the ball to allow receny to score the winner when your team needed that, you could have slid in, you could have kicked the ball.
I do think that was a bit harsh. I don't know.
Luckily, it's not your opinion.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Man said not today. Man said not today.
Not today,
excuse me. Listen, you're the donkey, fam. He's the donkey.
Nah, I hear that.
The Leno thing's not gonna have massive impact on our game. The Tosin thing, yeah, Tosin, massive impact for Fulham, for me.
Yeah,
Donkey.
I'm gonna go. I'm going Nobameyang.
Do you know what? That's a good shout.
And I'm just gonna go Nobameyang because of the lack of. I know you might have a poor half, but he's had a poor game and he's had poor games.
Nobameyang.
And it also heightens it because he's the captain.
Mm.
If I ever used to see John Terry play anywhere near like that or have the heart or spirit, that's just from your captain.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. So I'm going Nobameyang.
Nobameyang, big man thing. No, that's a fair shot. Fair.
That's my
definitely.
Yeah, nah. I'd actually have to agree with that.
Yeah, good shot.
So who's your player, big man?
Let's bring some positivity, man.
Who's your player?
Player of the week. Do you know what? I'm gonna give my player of the week to Patrick Bamford, and the reason why is because you know what, you didn't make the England squad.
Yep.
You still sharp next week. You score a goal, and I like the interview you gave after the game.
Interview.
I have to rate the interview you gave after the game. Shows me you're level-headed. You got your feet on the ground, yeah. And man said that coming into the season from the championship and that, you were never expecting to be even in contention for England. And I love the fact that you can apply perspective to a situation that normally people have seen as a negative situation. I didn't make it, I've scored X, Y, Z. Man said, listen, coming into the season, I had no expectation of being in England. So the fact that my name's in and around it, I'm going to keep working and I'm going to go for the Euros. And you know what, big man? I rate that. I rate the mentality, I rate the humility, I rate it all, man. So for me, and a great finish as well, and an assist, Patrick Bamford.
3 points.
Yeah, Patrick Bamford, man. So that's my player of the week still.
Love that, bro.
There was a few years of me, after hearing that, I could put fucking Bamford as my fucking donkey, fam. Because more time. You should be backing yourself.
Man, you should be backing yourself.
Then I was thinking of like Trossard, because I think that the guy always turns up when I see him. When I watch it, it turns up.
He's a good baller, he's techie.
And I lost the next one. But for me, I'm gonna go Big Lackers. Because I got him last week because you said he had a decent game. I thought he was piss poor.
Lacquer?
Big Lacker, fam.
What, Donkey of the Week?
No, player of the week.
Oh,
We're
player,
playing now,
sorry,
innit? We're playing, innit?
Sorry, my bad, yeah.
Oh, sorry, because I went to Donkey. Player, bro.
Yeah, big lack.
It wasn't me, Craig Dawson. I've seen my man scored 2 goals in 3 games or something, fam.
But then he got the own goal, then.
That's what I'm saying. He scored last week own goal or 2 weeks ago. He's got another own goal.
Nah, he did
recently. Man's people like Richard Dunn, fam. But big lackers because
Richard Dunn, you know.
if it wasn't for Lacker, I'm just thinking in that game where you need men to stand up. I don't know where my team would be at, fam. Honestly, I don't know where
I
we'd
think
be
it's a
at.
good shot. I think it's a good
Honestly, you
shot.
got a bit of luck, but sometimes when you work hard like he does all the time, yeah, you deserve a bit of luck. So big up, big lack, fam.
Nah, listen, I'm not gonna lie to you, yeah. Laka is the only guy I see there. If it weren't for him, Nobameyang, he's just like a shell of himself, fam.
Nah, he does.
He's on
no
some
handshake no more.
No, bro. I told you about him. He's on some Space Jam thing, fam. Space Jam, yeah.
Space Jam, yeah.
Space Jam.
That's what he is. Space Jam, yeah, fam. I don't know this guy, brother. Man's on the pitch, yeah. The driller that I saw in the FA Cup final and doing the madness, yeah.
The driller,
yeah.
Man's walking on a pitch like
Driller. And the reason why he gets to stay on the pitch yeah, is because of what he done last season.
That's it. No,
it's
man.
because he wearing an armband.
That
no,
is
fam.
it.
No, it
humiliation.
doesn't, fam.
Humiliation.
This is why he got the armband because of what he done last season, fam.
Yeah,
what he done to you, man, fam.
Yeah.
Don't forget what he done to you, man.
Hey, listen, I'm not saying he's not a good player, but he's still a donkey this week. So
No, listen, he deserves that for me.
Nah.
my player is D Wells.
That
He Welsh, yeah, you know
He had
what?
a great game. He made, along with Trossard, because I think that's a great shout. But when I watched the game, D Wells made shit happen. I think he got 2 assists. He definitely got one.
Yeah.
But he just made shit happen. He was leading from the front line.
His finish was decent, fam.
Finish was live.
Decent.
Yeah. I think.
I'm always happy to see D
I like
Welsh
that guy,
doing
you
well.
know.
He's got
that's the thing.
He's got that quality.
Everyone's got a soft spot for him, innit? I don't think no one dislikes him.
Do you know what I think? Do you know what I think? My issue with D Wells always was, yeah. He was like that Donny that had decent tech but size 13 feet. So he'll control the ball, nice, but his next big foot would just knock it again.
Like
you know, yeah, man. Control it and then knock it again. It's like, that touch would have been sick if he didn't knock it the second time. You know what I'm saying?
There's a meme here where the chubby black guy does the skills and he drops over the ball, fam.
Oh shit!
That's D Wells, innit? You know what we did to touch it?
Yeah.
And he just drops Oh, that is D Wells.
Yeah, the first touch Henry, second touch Henry.
Yeah,
It's mad, bro, man.
But he did well this year.
But I'm always happy to see him doing more, man.
Big
Yeah,
up,
nah,
big up,
it's
D
good
Wells.
shot. So nah, I'm happy to hear that one. D Wells, man, big him up, big him up, big him up, big him up. Now listen, guys, that leaves one thing, man. That's for us to wrap it up, box it up again. Another one down, 21. You know the drilly.
That's
Yeah.
the goal.
Hey, come on. You guys know the drill as well. You know the handle, 2 Maggies up top. Like, share. We're on YouTube now. You know we're active.
Subscribe then.
Come on, subscribe.
Come on.
You know the drilly. If you're fucking with us, you're rocking with us. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. And remember, stay safe and stay blessed, guys. We out.